Oh, shoot. I forgot to do the doohickey. Oop. And there we go. With the cam on. Houston cam on. Centered enough? You can go a little bit pinch that way. Right about there. Right, buddy? Look at you. Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome. Houston, a problem. But today, one problem solved. You have solved the problem that is the lovely to Miss Monkey Butts. Cancer treatment is largely over. Her chemo rounds are done. Oh, now you're back up here to be Mr. Man. I'm talking about Monkey Butt right now, not the fat turd. She had her last chemo today. Blood work and imaging show no tumors whatsoever. She's cancer free. She still has the designer cancer drug, the one that targets the genome of, or the DNA of her bone cancer tumor. She takes that through September, I believe. So she's got like another, I don't know, 60 days of that or so. And then hopefully that's it. So we celebrated today. We visited all our little favorite stores and everyone gave her treats. I got her a Blue's Clues balloon that she carried around with herself. And I tried to get her a steak at the diner, but they're like, we don't know how to give her just a steak and put that on the computer. I was like, I'll just give her a burger patty. So she got a burger patty and she's all happy. She's tuckered. Long day of chemo, big old walk afterwards. She ate so much food. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we're pretty stoked over here. We finally have some good news to report about something. It's about time. We don't have very much good news to report these days. So, yay! Woo! Hooray! You suck. That's right. You suck, you fat cat. You're over there sleeping until I started talking, and you're like, oh, make me the king of the show. That's what he wants. It's all about me, 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 me. So, GameStop, totally flat. Didn't really do anything. We did not get the T35 pop like we were hoping. Although we are currently below max pain. So if you bought calls into tomorrow, you'll probably do all right. I was too busy with the monkey butt. I did not open up my trading app at all until it was too late. So if you got calls for tomorrow, you may actually do okay because it will pop above max pain. Sell them, do something, and make some money on that most likely, right, kitty cat? Yeah. And Trump's Epstein files a cover-up is not going very well. Our conspiracy, which is like the wackadoodle QAnon part of Reddit, they are now turning on Trump, and they're starting to post conspiracies about Trump. It's that's never really been something they do. So that's interesting. What else do I have to add, cat? I don't know, man. Is that all I got? Sure, that's all I got. So I will hit the intro. You know, we've done a while. We've done this one. Hopefully, I won't have to go through that whole "you can't be monetized" thing. We'll try it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Scratch your throat today. Okay, turn it off. There we go. All right, there's a couple super chats right off the bat. Skirt 62. Is that what that says? Yeah. Happy birthday, HW. Skirt. First, this time, love your show. Can you explain what's going on with the animals in Yellowstone? Animals in Yellowstone. I don't know what's going on with the animals. Is something going on with the animals in Yellowstone? Are they all dying or something? Animals in Yellowstone. Fleeing animals spark imminent volcanic eruption concerns, but experts say what's really going on. Well, this is from The Travel. Okay, that's 23 hours ago. Let's see if we can do that. Go. Where'd you go, Chrome? There we go. Boom. Fleeing animals. Done. Okay. This is The Travel. Yellowstone fleeing animals spark imminent volcanic eruption concerns, but experts say what's really going on. America's first national park and the first and oldest in the world, Yellowstone National Park is regularly in the headlines. Just recently, Yellowstone visitors shared a grim reality of trying to gain entry to the park while it experiences record high visitation. On a Tuesday morning of all days, not even on a busy weekend. However, some of the most eyebrow-raising stories coming from the park typically involve visitors regularly crossing the line. For example, only days ago, a park visitor spotted actually tasting the thermal water of one of the Yellowstone springs. Probably tastes like eggs and farts and death. Naturally, though, accounts of tourists behaving badly are also involved in nerve-wracking encounters with the park's wildlife. This week, for instance, visitors were caught risking their lives getting too close to Yellowstone bison. Don't ever do that. Serving as a crucial reminder that the park isn't a petting zoo, which one visitor unfortunately learned the hard way after getting gored by a bison at Yellowstone earlier in the year. That also happens. Also remember reading about a bison that fell into one of the thermal springs and cooked to death in front of everybody. Whew. Careless behavior towards animals in parks happens, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This time, serious questionable videos show it's the animals who are behaving strangely rather than what is they're falsely leading the public to believe, causing unnecessary doom and gloom about the impending volcanic eruption. Trending videos of fleeing animals at Yellowstone have actually forced officials and experts to clarify what's really happening at the park and why the animals look like they're hightailing it out of there. Spoiler alert, they're not. So, according to the National Park Service, close to 300 types of birds, 16 species of fish, 67 different species of mammals roam Yellowstone Park. The variety of incredible wild animals in Yellowstone is one of the park's major draws for tourists, many of whom share videos of the species they encounter while exploring the trails. However, a few recent Yellowstone wildlife videos posted on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok have been on the more unusual, misleading side. Videos of animals including bison, elk, and grizzly bears hurriedly leaving the park in droves has been going viral, sparking concerns and speculation over what could be causing Yellowstone's critters to flee. And plenty of people have made claims wild animals themselves. Some people on the social media have claimed the footage of animals appearing to depart the park en masse is a sign of Yellowstone supervolcano is about to erupt. But that's not what's happening at all. Just get to the fucking lead, dude. Jesus Christ. How much are you going to just tow around this thing? Okay. All the visitors are blah, 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 blah. What's more, blah, 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 blah. Just tell me what's actually happening. Additionally, footage, same topic. I don't care about the footage. I don't care about describing the footage. Just get to what's happening. Speculation. Jesus Christ. This is like the longest 8 million ads I got to scroll through so I can get paid to this article. Comment social media. Tell me what the experts are saying. Okay, this is a lot of fluff. Original growing ecosystem. Recent videos, high speculation. Why do Yellowstone grizzly bears, bison, mountain migrate? Is usually down. This migrations. Okay, well, fuck this. All right. I mean, I could tell you right off the bat that it probably wasn't going to be animals leaving because of the volcano's about to. Oh god, I forgot to turn off the other one. One day. Where is it? Turn it off. Anyway, if Yellowstone were to have an eruption be imminent, you would hear about it from the geologists first, because they would talk about the inflation events, how much magma is intruding into the system. You would see the mountains and the trees start to like bend as the caldera inflated with magma deposits. And then you know that like shit was real. Now what is happening is there is a tilting event happening where Lake Yellowstone is tilting to one side and all the water is starting to rush. Doesn't look like it's necessarily from an inflation event. It seems to be actually from magma leaving a chamber and dropping part of the caldera. I can bring up the Google Earth and show you here. Google Earth. Boop. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, we're still at Shalom Crest Wizard Academy. Let's leave Shalom Crest, exit street view, and General Santos, Philippines. And we're going to flip that around so north is up. And we're going to fly all the way across the Pacific from one volcanic place to another volcanic place. So here is Lake Yellowstone. Now, the tilting is only like a matter of inches here, but I can't remember if it's the left side that's up and the west side that's down or the other way around. So let's see if we can do a little timeline here. I gotta zoom in more for the timeline. Don't you have pictures from, like, don't you have any historic photographs of Yellowstone? No? Well, that's no fun. We got some cool thermal ponds here. Got, you know, Potts Hot Springs Basin and all that stuff going on here. This is a really cool spot. If you have a chance to hike out here, this is really cool. There's thermal vents that go into the lake, and they're pretty darn neat. Big giant thermal doomsday spots. Okay. I think it's pushing up on this side, and things are sloshing to the east. So maybe if we're lucky, we can find some. I want shore. Give me a beach. Do you have timelines? I'm not seeing any. Normally up in the corner here, they say, "Hey, we got some images from like 1985," but I'm not seeing anything from that. That's just people getting too close. Look at these idiots. Moron. Dummies. All of you. So stupid. That thing wants to take your little body, stick its horn in you, and flick its neck and toss you 40 feet in the air until you're dead. Idiots. Okay. I'm not seeing. I see the remnants of the 89 fire that happened here. That's what those are, I believe. That was a huge, devastating fire that ripped through here. I think those are the dead trees from that. Anywho, it's not showing me any historic photos. So maybe if I go here, I type in Lake Yellowstone tilting. Nope, not stilting. Tilting. No. Tilting. Okay. The tilt is southward. Okay, so it's north to south apparently, not east west. Okay. Bulge beneath Yellowstone Lake. That's what we want to read about here. Oh, I'm still Google Earth on. Try Google Earth. There we go. So articles in the press 2003, bulge beneath Yellowstone Lake, and have generated some concern about possible dangers for residents and visitors in the area, but we answer some questions below. What is the bulge beneath the lake? Is that a bulge under your lake? You're just happy to see me. Inflated plane. Okay, they're talking about, yeah. Okay, so it's showing that things are tilted under the lake, sloshing things to one side. Hydrothermal explosions. Okay, whatever. Okay, yeah. So I was wrong on the side. It's tilting from north to the south. So it's bulging up nya and sloshing down nya. Word. Okay. Anyway, animals are not fleeing. They're apparently migrating. If the animals are fleeing from the volcanic events, you would know it first because we've got very, 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 very specific, detailed instrumentation everywhere around there. We can measure the tilt of a lake as a result. We would know. So, Just Mammy did 5 memberships, lurker fishing. Leo B got one. Jeff, I don't know Jeff. Mark Sloan, Valerian, and not your friend. You got one. You got a Jeff in there. Nice. Excuse me. Last time I felt like I was getting, what do we call it? Allergic reactions to things. My throat was all scratchy. Turned out it was COVID, but that was like years ago. Hopefully that's not what's happening right now. I feel good. I just have a little scratch in the throat. Okay. The main thing. Kelly Reed first, and congrats to Monkey Butt. Congrats, Monkey Butt. You woohoo! Woo, yeah. Yeehaw. Sunshine first, though. Kelly Reed, happy birthday, HW. So, Dumpo wants Fed to cut rates by 3 points. Says, very low inflation, $1 trillion a year will be saved. Okay. So, you gotta to game plan the sucker, right? You gotta play this out, game theory wise. Okay. Right now, no one wants to buy our bonds. They're pissed off at America. They hate us. Our dollar's worthless. They don't want to buy our bonds, right? So when the bonds go to auction, people basically bid on what yield percent they would require to take on the burden of having U.S. debt. And right now, that burden is really, really high. And so at these treasury auctions, people are not buying. They don't want them. So the interest rates have to go up and up and up and up to entice people to buy these treasuries, right? So we cut the yield on bonds. We cut 3% points out of there, and we drop the yield. That might save us, $1 trillion a year in interest payments. Sure. But you just jacked up the debt by $5 trillion, you dumb moron. Which means you have to generate $5 trillion in bonds to sell that no one wants, especially at really low yields, which means you can't sell bonds. There'll be no one to buy them. Therefore, you aren't saving any money whatsoever because you can't make the government function. 2, you lower interest rates, right? You lower interest rates 2%, whatever it may be. Do the banks follow suit? Do the mortgages follow suit? Not necessarily. Right now, inflation is really high, and we need to keep the velocity of money low. Inflation's going up a tenth of a point every month. So if we allow people to get a whole bunch of money and spend, while Ding Dong is putting tariffs on everything, causing everything to be more expensive, which will reduce supply, which will cause the prices to fly, while people have a bunch of cash on hand, making them fly even more, leading us to a point where we're going to have massive inflation. And what happens with massive inflation? You got to jack the interest rates back up again. So we cut rates, we cause massive inflation, the economy tanks, and then we got to jack rates up while the economy is tanked. That's a terrible, terrible plan. Because the only solution after that is to print, and printing causes more inflation. So Trump is an idiot. He's too stupid to be in charge of anything, and yet somehow we made him in charge of our government. This is fucking finance 101, econ 101 stuff. And he went to Wharton. He didn't go to Wharton. He took a couple classes at Wharton. But anyway, anyone who went to Wharton would be able to play this out in their heads. So no, right now, we have to have interest rates high, and people have to suffer. Because he's putting the stupid tariffs on. If he agreed to take all the tariffs off, you might be able to get away with lowering some rates. You might. But right now, no. He's put himself in this pickle, and he's complaining about it. I mean, just today, he was like, I am shocked anyone would nominate Powell to the Fed. Dude, you're the one who nominated Powell to the Fed. You did so in 2017. He was your nominee to be the Fed chair. Is the senility breaking your brain? What is going on? Like, it's just, everything is so stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it, Monkey. You're a dog who has no language skills whatsoever, and I think you would do a far better job managing everything. Okay. King Ding Dong. Next show going to be spooky. 666. You see Shane Gillis opening monologue? Was he on Saturday Night Live? I don't think I saw that. If he was, it is Satan's episode. Next episode. How should we? What should we do? Should I put you in a little devil outfit, Kitty? Because you are a little terrorist. Huh? Does that work? Monkey butt? Do I have a devil outfit for you? I might. Did I do a devil angel thing once? No, it was you were a priest, I was a Catholic schoolgirl. That's right. That's what we did for Halloween. I'll see. I might have, we have the devil episode next one. Bill Coin Twiddling Thumbs. Fed Jones says he's second. Great news for Monkey Butt. Fed Jones, you're so far from second. Lemon, at what point do we head to the hardware store to build a cost-effective French solution? Yesterday. And congrats to Monkey. Congrats to Monkey, yay! Woo! She does a little bandage on from her chemo IV. That'll stay on there for a little while longer. Usually keep it on there for a day. Tom Zock. This comes from two-time cancer survivor. Congrats. I celebrate Monkey's second birthday. Woo! Was that July 17th? So your adoptive anniversary is June 12th, and your official cancer-free date is July 17th. Does that sound good? Yeah? Yeah? Shall we fart hands for it? Woo! Getting nothing but side-eye from her. She's like... King Ding Dong, Ignomon. I'm trying to figure out what she needs to make the moves worth it, and how the hell people afford houses there, Glendale area. Wait, what? I'm on live chat. I don't see. Oh, I totally misread. Which I jumped ahead here. King Ding Dong. My wife got a dream job in California. What should I do to prepare to move from Tennessee? Recently ranked worst place to live. Ignomon says clean and get a good realtor. And do you have Blue Sky? I could send you a list. Okay. And King says, I'm trying to figure out what she needs to make the move worth it, and how the hell people afford a house there. Glendale area, I think. Glendale is a sweet area. I have a sister-in-law who lives in Atwater Village. Cool little neighborhood. Pretty close to like nice kind of hipster shops. You're right across from Silver Lake. It's a good area. And if you want to look into LA proper, rents are coming down in the LA area. And housing is actually coming down. So if you're looking to buy, you might, maybe rent for a little bit, but might look at some auction sites. Let's see what's happening to the auction sites for LA. Might as well peruse and see what's going on, right? Let's see here. Let's do Glendale, California. Boop. Search it. Oops. How come? Where are you going? Is it happening? What's going on? Why are you frozen? What? Come on. That's frozen. Cool. Auction.com just died. Okay. You're done for being frozen? Can I? Let's just try that all again. Reboot. Go. Glendale. Come on, one more time. Glendale, California. Shaboink. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard. Okay. Expensive as hell. So that's estimated resale value. Opening bid to be determined. So no opening bids on these guys. Here's one for $1 in Phelan, California. San Bernardino. That's really far out there. So let's zoom in. Let's get ourselves the Glendale. Looks like only one house in Glendale itself is currently up for auction. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's like a little rambler. 4 bedrooms, pretty decent. 2,700 square feet. So, yeah, fifth of an acre or so. Built in 1942. No opening bid so far. Estimated value of $1.5 million. That's probably as cheap as you're gonna find. Let's see if anything. When is I think LA's tax foreclosure auction is normally. Here. Before we go there, we'll just see kind of around Glendale. Ah, damn it. There we go. All right, zoom back in. Okay, we got Glendale. We got the edge of Glendale. We got nothing in Silver Lake. So not too many bank foreclosures going on. Here's one at the edge of Glendale. 4-bedroom, 2,600. No opening bid on that one either. Okay, well, it's not helping us all. Let's check out bid for assets. County tax sales. What do we got? Nye, Columbia, Plumas County, Grays Harbor. So when was LA? My guess is wintertime. I usually think it's wintertime. Todd, Whatcom, Siskiyou, Tulalip, Madera, Modoc, San Juan, Yolo, Santa Clara, that's just north. Lassen, Santa Cruz, Berks, Leon, Orange County, that's just the south. That was June. Orange County to the south, Plumas, Modoc, Siskiyou, Todd, Thurston, Lander, San Juan, Amador, blah, 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 blah. Clark, Imperial, Clickitat, Shasta, Thurston. I don't have it in here. I think LA is normally like January, December, January, February, somewhere in there. So it hasn't popped up yet. So I can't really help you on the auction front at the moment. But you're asking, what do you need to move there? Shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops, and sunglasses. That's what you're going to need to move there. Now, rent's going to be high. You expect all that stuff. You may find some deals. Right now, on Zillow, I looked recently, and rents were starting to drop. Okay, let's do Glendale. California homes, boink. We're going to do for rent. There we go. All right, so there's Glendale. Atwater Village, this is where my sister-in-law, she lives in here. So I guess Atwater Village is technically outside of Glendale. Must be part of LA. But she's in this area, and there's like lots of cool shops right along Glendale Boulevard there. But, okay. How many beds do you need there, King Ding Dong? Is this just you and your wife? What is it? Maybe 2 bedrooms? All right, apply. Okay, so you're looking at, 2.5 and above. 2.6, 2.7, 3.2. Yeah, so my guess is these 2.5s are probably pretty modest. Yep, they're in like little condos here. That looks like a duplex of some kind. Condos, condo. So in the cheap side, you're looking at condos. Noted. A little more expensive. That's a tiny house, 977 square foot house for almost $4,000. 2.8. That's apartment. 3.9. There's a little house, standalone house. So it looks like you're at 3,000 and above to get houses. There's a duplex of some kind. Yep. So, 3-bedroom house for $5,500. Damn. So yeah, you hope your wife's making good money. So, just Mammy Super Chats. Wall Street Journal story on Epstein and Trump that the White House was worried about just dropped. It's a doozy in your Blue Sky account. Oh my! Just send me I don't have a whatchamajigger. What do you call it? App, right? A subscription to that. So okay. So you sent it to my notifications here. There we go. All right. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. Oh my. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday. Oh, guys can't see what I'm doing here. Go back to that. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Pages from the leather-bound album assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006 are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago. According to people who have reviewed the pages, it's unclear if any of the pages are part of the Trump administration's recent review. The president's past relationship with Epstein is a sensitive moment. The Justice Department documents the so-called Epstein files, and who or what is in them are at the center of the storm consuming the Trump administration. On Wednesday, after angry comments about how the files are a hoax created by Democrats, Donald Trump lashed out at his own supporters, refusing to let the matter go. He's like, "How dare you talk about Epstein?" And they're all like, "How dare you have anything to do with him and not tell us the truth?" This is a quandary he put himself in, because he said when he got elected he was going to release all the Epstein files, and then he teased everyone with a release that was heavily redacted, and now he's saying there's no list. It's all made up, it's all a hoax, whatever, but he kind of inferred that these things were real. So anyway, this is his own doing. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is body. Like others in the album, it contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. Oh, really? The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Ooh. In the interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. "It's not me. This is fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story," he said. "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women," he said. "It's not my language. It's not my words." He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if a published article. "I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else," he said. Allegations that Epstein had been sexually abusing girls became public in 2006, and he was arrested that year. Epstein died in 2018 in jail after he was arrested a second time and charged with sex trafficking conspiracy. Justice Department officials didn't respond to requests for comment or address questions about whether the Trump page or other pages of the birthday album were part of the agency's recent document review. FBI declined to comment. The existence of the album and the contents of the birthday letters haven't previously been reported. The album had poems, photos, and greetings from business people, academics, Epstein's former girlfriends, and childhood pals, according to the documents reviewed by the Journal and people familiar with them. Among those who submitted letters were billionaire Leslie Wexner. That's the guy that had Victoria's Secret, right? That for some reason Epstein went to go live on his property and then appeared a billionaire afterwards. Attorney Alan Dershowitz, we know that. Album also contained a letter from now deceased Harvard economist, one of Epstein's report cards from Mark Twain Junior High School in Brooklyn, and a note from a former assistant that included an acrostic with Epstein's name, "Jeffrey, oh Jeffrey, everyone loves you, fun in the sun, fun just for fun. Remember, don't forget me soon. Epstein, you rock, you are the best." Epstein was Wexner's money manager at the time. Longtime leader of Victoria's Secret wrote a short message that said, "I wanted to get you what you want, so here it is." And after the text was a line drawing appeared to be a woman's breasts. Okay. Wexner declined to comment through a spokesman. Wexner's spokesman previously told the Journal that the retail mogul severed all ties to Epstein in 2007 and never spoke with him again. Dershowitz's letter included a mock-up of a Vanity Unfair magazine cover with mock headlines such as, "Who was Jack the Ripper? Was it Jeffrey Epstein?" He joked that he had convinced the magazine to change the focus of the article from Epstein to Bill Clinton. Dershowitz, who represented Epstein after his first arrest, said, "It's been a long time and I don't recall the content of what I may have written." The book was put together by a New York City bookbinder, Herbert Weitz, according to people who were involved in the process. Weitz, who died in 2020, listed Epstein as a client on his website in 2003. It wasn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in third person. Voiceover. "There must be more to life than having everything," the note began. "Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be a wonderful secret." Gross. Jeffrey enjoys his social life. When he turned 50, Epstein was already a wealthy man. From managing Wexner's fortune and socializing with Trump. Clinton and other powerful people. At his Manhattan townhouse, Palm Beach, Florida home, and his private Caribbean island. He also had a ranch in New Mexico. Can't forget that one. A spokesman for Clinton referred to a 2019 statement that former President Clinton had cut off ties more than a decade before Epstein's second arrest and did not know about Epstein's alleged crimes. Epstein and Trump spent time together in the 90s and early 2000s and were photographed at social events, including with Maxwell and Melania Trump. A 1992 tape from the NBC archives shows a Trump partying with Epstein as Mar-a-Lago estate. Trump is seen pulling a woman toward him and patting her behind. Trump, along with others, including Clinton, also appeared several times on flight logs for Epstein's private jet. In 2002, New York Magazine profile Epstein quoted Trump, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy," Trump said. "He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side, no doubt. Jeffrey enjoys his social life." Both men said they subsequently had a falling out. Trump has said their friendship ended before Epstein pleaded guilty to procuring a minor in prostitution in 2008, served time in Florida jail, and registered as a sex offender. When Epstein was arrested again in 2019, Trump said he hadn't talked to Epstein for about 15 years. "I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him," Trump said in the Oval Office that time. "I was not a fan of his, I can tell you that." They were best friends since the late 80s through their falling out, which the falling out was not over trafficking or anything. The falling out was over the fact Trump was bidding on a Palm Beach mansion and Epstein bid on it as well, and that pissed Trump off because Trump wanted it and didn't want to pay as much as he did for it. So, Trump's spokeswoman told the Journal in 2023 that Trump had banned Epstein from his Mar-a-Lago club at some point in the past without elaborating. Maxwell, a British socialite, was convicted in 2021 of helping Epstein and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Maxwell didn't respond to the letter requesting an interview sent to her in prison. Arthur Idala, an attorney representing Maxwell in her appeal, said, at this point, she is focused on her case before the Supreme Court of the United States. FBI Epstein files. Epstein's associations with Trump and many powerful people have been well documented. There remains questions about what the FBI possesses about Epstein and his well-connected friends. In 2019, the FBI confiscated evidence from Epstein's properties in the U.S., Virgin Islands, and New York. Earlier Tuesday, after the Journal sought comment from the president about the letter, Trump told a reporter at the White House that he believes some Epstein files were made up by former President Barack Obama and Joe Biden and former FBI Director James Comey. He said that releasing any more Epstein files would be up to Attorney General Pam Bondi. Whatever she thinks is credible should be released, Trump said. Allegations that bureaucrats covered up Epstein's connections with participants in the trafficking scheme were fanned by people now in the top roles of the Trump administration, including FBI Director Kash Patel and his deputy Dan Bongino. In 2024, June 2024, Trump was asked in a Fox News interview whether he would release the Epstein case files. Republican president candidate initially responded, yeah, I would. But he also expressed some reservations. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because it's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world, but I think I would. Soon after she was confirmed as Attorney General, Bondi said she was preparing to release new Epstein files in late February. Bondi announced the release of Phase 1 of the documents, but the material contained a few new revelations drawing criticism from right-wing influencers. Bondi initially blamed the FBI's New York office for withholding information and promised to release the remaining documents after redacting the victims' names. Patel also said there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned. They tasked hundreds of FBI employees to review the materials and prepare them for release. The issue took on new life in June when Elon Musk, amid a public feud with Trump, alleged that the FBI was withholding documents from the Epstein case because Trump was in the files. The truth will come out, Musk wrote on X. He later deleted the message and said he regretted some of his comments. On July 7th, Justice Department backtracked on Bondi's pledge to release the Epstein files. Justice Department said that after exhaustive review, it had found no incriminating client list or additional documents that warrant public disclosure. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee demanded this week that Republican Chairman Jim Jordan hold hearings on the Trump administration's handling of the Epstein files and, if necessary, subpoena Bondi, Patel, and Bongino. At a cabinet meeting on July 8th, Trump criticized a reporter for asking about Epstein, "Are you people still talking about this guy, this creep?" Trump said, "That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time?" And then Trump went on to talk about how he wanted to paint the moldings gold. So, yes. That same day, Musk wrote on X, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?" There you go. All right. So that's a really creepy message about their little shared secret. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, he was definitely involved. 100%. I mean, he's admitted to spying on underage girls in the locker rooms, the changing rooms at his Teen USA events. He's admitted on tape to grabbing women by the hoo-ha, whether they want it or not. He's a court-adjudicated rapist. He has 23 claims against him, including that from children who've claimed that he's violated them. He was best friends with Epstein for years. Maxwell said that he's, part of that. Seems to me that that's enough coincidence that, yeah, that dude is definitely filthy and dirty. I mean, he met a 10-year-old girl and said that she would be his girlfriend in 10 years. Like, that stuff is just gross. People who think like that, you can't trust them at all. They are not stronger than their lizard brain. Trump has never once in his life been stronger than his lizard brain. He is almost an embodiment of pure lizard brain. He's greed, gluttony, sloth, lust, the 7 deadly sins embodied into one gelatinous, orange-painted goo ball. So yeah. Don C. Shadem super chats. Congrats for Monkey Butt. MBIS stock, long-term AI play. Well, congratulations, Monkey Butt. Woo! Yay, another congratulations. She's so full right now. MBIS stock. What's it doing here? NBIS. Wink. There we go. Nebius Group NV. $53 flat today. What you been doing over the last 5 years? Well, you know, it's been a steady cruise. A little drop down in 2025 and then a big climb up. So it was at $20 in April and we're at $50 today. That's a pretty good clip that Nebius Group is going on there. Excuse me. It was early morning. Monkey's chemo was before 8 a.m. this morning and I'm feeling it. So nice. All right. Excellent, Don. Shall we go back to that? There we go. You are a sleepy little fat guy. Yes, you are. Where was I? Did King Ding Dong? Oh, crap. There's a reset of the chat. Oh, King Ding Dong gives us memberships. I missed that one. So King Ding Dong, Rose Moon got one. Walter Estrada, Vera Nocum, and Turkish. Oh, no. No, G-Font. Iggy Lemon got one. G-Font, Rose Moon, Walter Estrada, and Vera Nocum. That's who got them. Fantastic. I don't think a single lurker in that group, though. We don't think we'll ever do as well as Julio's 3 lurkers in one cast right there. But we'll get there. Only BSP, Black Death, Green Chats. Hey, I'm happy for you and Monkey Butt. Great news. Yay, Monkey Butt. Woo! Every time someone says I'm going to congratulate you. I'm going to congratulate you, Monkey. Okay. Where was I? Okay, there we go. He's giving King Ding Dong some stuff. Okay, making 92K a year. That's not too bad. You're going to be the homesteader. Maybe 10 hours light video editing. Word. And if you're looking for jobs, you guys making the move to LA, you're looking for jobs, LA is a good place to look for jobs. If you're willing to do stuff, you can do light video editing work. You can do part-time at a local restaurant. There's all sorts of jobs down there. Just tons. Iglamon. Still talking to King Ding Dong. I'll let that conversation go. Bitcoin, it's a dream job in California by Tennessee standards, but might not be enough to buy a home there. 92K, if you guys don't go too hog wild and do have like a 1.5 income family, you can do all right down there on that. So, and if it gives you the opportunity to move up or find other work, and it gives you that too. G-Font says next episode's Number of the Beast. It is. And King Ding Dong says, yeah, it's a big decision, but Tennessee is defunding the shit out of the schools. That's also something to take in consideration. Glendale, you've got pretty good school systems in Glendale, as far as I know. You're outside the LA school district, which is huge and cumbersome. It's a little smaller. Yeah, it's not too shabby. Jay Bear says, cheers you and Monkey Butt on kicking cancer's ass. That's excellent news. Yay! Woohoo! Yay! More side-eye. Gallery Canada's 5-year bonds fall to January levels, looking like no rate cuts this year. Going to be rough. No, Canada can't do that. Oh, I'm still on the large Houston here. Or small Houston. Canada can't cut rates yet. That's just not. They're going to be facing inflation, everything else, just like everybody else. Although the jobless numbers may result in them having to do some rate cuts to spur investment, but with tariffs and all that crap they're dealing with, who knows? Who knows? Rose Moon says, yay, Monkey Butt. Yay, Monkey Butt. Woohoo! That was the look of like, stop it. Okay. Steve Hagen, not first again. You are not. You are not first. Not even close. And Boris Raspe, Houston, what's up with BPY, GME, and AMC connection? And if AMC pops, what price do you see it reaching? AMC can get to $10, and then Adam Aaron will dilute the hell out of it, and we'll go back down. BBBY, someone found some code for an OTC bet where someone was betting on the price of Bed Bath & Beyond, a BBBY stock, basically hedging if it reached a certain price level that this trade would happen. What's interesting is that code they found was submitted on July 1st, meaning someone seems to be expecting that BBBY would trade. Someone very specific who is a deep trader who codes this type of stuff thinks that's what's coming. I think that's very interesting. That in the nitty gritty, there's someone out there hedging a bet that Bed Bath's coming back. So, or DK Butterfly, whatever you want to call it. Just Mammy, congrats to the monkey butt. Where can we ring the bell? Oh, yay, monkey butt, yay! Woohoo, yay! I don't think I have a bell, do I? I'm looking around. I don't have a bell. What do I have that'd be close to a bell? Do I have anything? Because you didn't really get to ring the bell, like the woohoo, ding dong. Do we own anything jingly in this house? Wait, hold up. There might be a cat toy. I don't think there's one in this room. Dong! There we go. Okay. And you mad? Great news about Monkey Butt. Monkey Butt, yay! Woohoo! Yay! Woohoo! Yeah. Boris Rasmussen, do you think AMC? Do I think AMC? I don't think much about AMC these days. Adam Aaron really soured that one for me. And I don't have any. And I have no interest in trading it. So I don't think AMC these days. King Dom got 2 kids. Okay, so you're gonna need a bigger house than a 2-bedroom probably. Especially doing work from home. You can maybe stuff the kids in one room. You and your wife have a room, and then you have an office, something like that. Boris Reps says happy birthday age. Kid Kidian first in Monkey Butt's heart. Monkey Butt, yay! Woohoo! Yay! This is Juice Mammy. Smile Houston, you're being broadcasted on Coldplay's Jumbotron. Did you guys see that? That was hilarious. So a CEO of a company had his arms around a lady who happened to be the chief personnel officer, the head of HR, and they're like grooving a Coldplay, and they popped up on the Jumbotron. And rather than play it cool, they both ducked for cover while the number 2 person, one of the executive vice presidents of personnel management, laughed and was like, oh, because both the chief personnel officer and the chief executive officer are married to other people. So, oops. The thing is that this is a Coldplay concert. This is like, yeah, there's a crowd of people there and everything. But if you had just been like grooving out while on the Jumbotron and did not duck out of the way, no one there would have known who the hell you were. They would not. They would have not known who you were in any way, shape, or form. The camera would have kept panning. You'd been fine. But they Streisand effect themselves. They drew attention to themselves by going, ah! And panicking. And now everyone knows exactly who they are, including their spouses and the corporate board. And oops, there you go. Don't go into public with your side pieces. That should be rule number 1. If you have a side piece, at best, you go to like East Bumfuck, where they don't have cameras and stoplights and no one knows who you are. You're just breezing through town. That's the best you probably do. Otherwise, you're just playing with fire there. But yeah. Boris Raspy. There's tinfoil going on with AMC and GME being connected through bonds, and that GME was going to buy out AMC. I doubt it. GME has enough money to do it. There's $5 billion in bonds on AMC. GME's got 9-something billion dollars. The problem, I think, with AMC is that movies have not made the bounce back that they wanted. And that the movie going public is smaller now than it was pre-COVID, and it was already shrinking due to streaming and other competition. I don't think GME is going to go for it. It doesn't seem like a very wise move to take on, to like erase that much debt with all that cash, then take on another $5 billion in rental liabilities for these big spaces. It seems to me like it's rumor, hoping that people will grasp onto it and AMC's price will go up. But I'm not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. And King Ding Dong says move to Tennessee for the American partition, though. Also that. E Minimus, yay monkey, yay monkey, woohoo, yay. Eric says yay monkey. So when we got done with chemo, and the doc gave us all the good news, and she was all like, "This is awesome." I went to the grocery store, and I was like, "I need a balloon." And the lady said, "What kind of balloon do you have?" I'm looking through everything. Says happy birthday, or get well soon, or happy anniversary. I was like, "You don't have a balloon that says like my dog just beat cancer?" She said, "No, I do have a Blue's Clues balloon with a dog." And I'm like, "Perfect." So here, one sec. Ugh. So Monkey Butt went all over town with Blue's Clues clipped to her. And, meow. Come on, turn so everybody can see you there. Bluey? Is that who this is? Ugh, Bluey. So, Monkey Butt went all over town with Bluey, clipped to her, and having a great time. And, everyone's like, "What's up with the balloon?" I said, "Oh, she beat cancer. That's what she gets." Does that fascinate you, kitty? Do you like that? Is that something? What's that all about? Oh no. Oh no, kitty. Bluey's coming for you. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What happens if it goes that way? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, kitty. Oh no. Oh no. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so it works perfectly because my friend's 2-year-old has a birthday today, and it can now go on to her, and she can enjoy Bluey, the Blue's Clues dog. Right, Monkey? Yay! Yay, Monkey! Woohoo! She's like, "Why is this thing attached to me again?" I remember the first time she saw a Mylar balloon. I had her for maybe a week, and it got her in June, so it's Pride Month. And attached to a bus stop, like pole, says bus stop, someone had tied a Pride balloon to it. We got close, and she was like, "Absolutely not." And I pulled her on her leash. She's like, "No, I am not going anywhere near that thing." It's like flapping in the wind, like some sort of ghost. And now she has one attached to her, and she's doing right. Now I know where she is. She's right behind me. I can tell. Here goes Bluey, walking around. All right, there we go. Turkish, where's the money, Hustowski? Somewhere. Wheat Wild, good news and a nice pop for GMGF. Hopefully this will mark the start of its climb. Really? Did they have anything? GMG manufacturing. Good news. Let's see what they got in their news department here. News. Press releases. Bam. This is from the other day. So this is what? Monday? Sunday. Graphene aluminum ion battery patent granted, and GMG and the University of Queensland enter in a new collaboration agreement. Well, there you go. So they got the patent. And they got an aftermarket offering. That's from a couple. So they sold. They said they're going to sell some shares to raise some money, and then they had the good news to follow it, so that the share price didn't crash too hard. So that's a good way to do it. And G lubricant advancing regulatory approval. So they got all sorts of stuff going on. They got that paint, thermal paint. They got whatever G lubricant is, and they've got their graphene batteries. So all right, cool. All right, so I had a pop today. GMGMF. I haven't even looked at my. All right, so I mean, it did a pop up 60 something cents and then right back down again. Not as high as we want it. I mean, I think my average is like $1.50. So we've not been there anytime soon. This is 2021 when they were building the factory up at $5. So that's where I bought somewhere around here. Right about that. No, before that. It was back in. No, before that. It was in April. I bought in April. So. And so about here. So max, here we go. Nope. Why aren't you showing me anything before that? You're not watching before? I bought in April. April. Well. Could use a big boost such as selling a whole bunch of batteries to car manufacturers or cell phone companies and all that stuff. All right, where am I? Well, Katie, happy birthday, Huey. What you know about Genius Act that allows corporations to issue stable coins legally sounds like a win for the Yarvin community. Yeah. So I don't know too much about it, but I've read that banks will be able to issue stable coins without creating a reserve. Mainly, banks will be able to print money. And then what? It seems like you should have some sort of reserve required. Or something, right? Like what? Just being able to mint your own money and make it rain in stablecoin without having anything to back it, so that when everyone goes to get cash again out of their coins, they can't because you don't have it, thus creating a run on the bank, thus creating a giant financial crisis. That seems to me what they're going for here. So, Walter Estrada, my son Q, wanted to say hello. Hello, Q. How's it going? Do you like Bluey? And Turkish says, feed Monkey Butt after you feed Chulba Batman. Well, Monkey Butt has had so much food today. I don't know if I should give her a treat. She's had a burger. She's had more than enough treats at all the places. At chemo, they gave her a hot dog. Then she had to have her normal meal because I had to put her drugs in it. And so she's had a lot of food today. I'm going to have to give her a treat later in the evening, if anything. So, yeah. We wild, I ain't never going to get a membership. and then Julius tried and he still didn't get it. Aww. Two mods getting them is funny. Yes. Freely Wheelie Houston. What was the name of the pub you tried to save from River of Turds? Great story. That was the Harbor Public House. That was the name of the pub that I tried to save from a River of Turds. I don't even know if they're open right now. Someone said that the property had just sold. And my guess is the amount it sold for isn't enough to justify keeping the business. So it might get torn down and turned into condos or something. We'll find out. It was such a wonderful place to work. Absolutely amazing place to work. Really fun people. So fantastic. Until the wife who ran everything decided to become a teacher and go back to school and put her husband in charge. And then the fun just got sucked out of the room. So, not a moth. Trump is letting 401ks invest in crypto. # screwed. Yeah, he's also letting private equity basically play with your 401k money as well. So our 401k money is going to further the destruction of society because that's all private equity can do. They have too much money as it is, and they're trying to destroy everything. They're trying to buy up libraries. They're trying to buy up veterinary clinics, trying to buy up your HVAC and plumbers and electricians. They're trying to buy up everything in existence so that there's no mom and pop left whatsoever. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're fucked, basically. Private equity is going to scoop in and buy you up. I wonder if we could pull one over on private equity. Create a whole bunch of mom and pop websites for veterinary clinics, HVAC, etc. Like, 20, 30, 40, 50 of them, right? You make these websites, you make it contact information, whatever. You don't actually have to, it all just goes to a phone machine. You never actually do any business whatsoever. But then you take this block owned by some LLC that's in Wyoming, South Dakota, Nevada, whatever, Delaware, and you wait for private equity to buy all that from you. and then peace. $10 million. I'm out. Sign that contract. Gone. People should scam private equity more often. Private equity should get scammed pretty much 100% of the time, in my opinion. If you scam private equity, you are a hero who needs to be celebrated, and we should make monuments to your existence. So, by all means, you have my permission to scam private equity however you like. You may get in trouble with the law, but if I'm on your jury, I will not vote to convict. So you got that going for you. 1 in 300 million chance that I'll get selected for that jury. See what we got, dude. Got him. Lisa Sa. Howard Lutnick was a neighbor of Jeffrey Epstein, even purchased property from the disgraced financier. Yeah, he was next door neighbors. He lived right next door. So that's also interesting. Kid what are your feelings about making your online gamer tag after famous pieces of legislation? Imagine being killed by the Monroe Doctrine. How would you feel? I just got murdered by the Clean Water Act. I would probably be impressed that somebody knew who the Monroe Doctrine was that was playing games. Says before, congrats, Monkey Butt. Wishing you a long, healthy life. Glad you're on Houston Aid rather than Medicaid. Monkey Butt. Yay! Woohoo! Yay! Right. Okay, it's 4:33. I gotta get going. We will do the Devil's show tomorrow. Sign of the Beast. And I'll see you guys for that. We didn't get too deep into the news today, did we? Too much being happy about Monkey Butt. And that's always a good thing to be happy about. So for myself, from the floor dog, from the floating dog above my head, I bid you adieu, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay.